Okay, good morning everyone. I wanted to make a video about something that happened yesterday because I'm quite excited and it may be useful for you guys. And so this video is basically around the importance of RSI. I may have talked about some of the indicators that I use for my continuation trade, and I've mentioned about my reversal trade strategy. This is more around as you're watching price action play out. You may observe the RSI and you may see that it is starting to turn, and it could be before you hit your take profit in the direction that you were hoping for it to go. So let's be specific here. What you'll see here is a couple of buys and some sells, and ultimately we hit profit, but it wasn't an easy day yesterday. So let's drill into what happened and why am I excited today. I originally spotted here an opportunity for a continuation trade. So you can see here the price bouncing around. The 50 EMA is below the 200, so I'm looking for a short position. I didn't see a rejection that was strong enough off the 50 to go down, so we're really looking for an uptrend. It broke through the 200. The 50 then breaks above the 200 as well. So now what I'm looking for is an opportunity for my continuation trade strategy, which is you want a rejection off the 50. You're waiting for the close of a no-wick green candle. This is Heikin-Ashi candles. And I entered on the very next candle. And I thought, brilliant. If I mark this one up, so I'm looking for something that looks not too dissimilar to, I'll go for the 200 as my stop loss, and I'm looking for a 1 to 2. And so you're looking for around there. And what you'll notice is the market moved in the right direction for my long trade. And I got very excited. And in hindsight, I should have gotten out here or even here, but I didn't. Now, if I was watching this trade properly, I would have noticed, if you cast your eye down to the RSI, that even though the price is climbing, the RSI is slowly falling. So this video is all around basically RSI divergence and an element of maybe just take the profits that you have on the table as opposed to waiting for your full 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, sorry, risk to reward. So in this case, I enter the trade, everything's going well, fantastic. And I've made a video before where you just log off, you walk away, and everything's great. Now, if I had done that, I would have been taken out by this massive red candle here. And so what I did was I watched and I thought, this isn't going quite so well. I'm not convinced because here we are, we're starting to push below the previous high, which is not a good sign for a continuation trade. I'm also not seeing a lot of strong push up. And the RSI at this point was 75, so I was expecting the price to go a little bit higher. Anyway, I got out wondering what was happening, and then I thought, whoops, made a mistake, should have gotten in. I should have stayed in, sorry. So I got back in, and in this case, it really struggled to get past the previous high. Not only that, if you look at the RSI, what you're seeing here, let me mark this one up for you. What you're seeing is high. It's not a very good color. You're seeing higher highs being made. That one's just a little bit higher, technically a higher high being made. You're seeing higher lows being made. So we're in an uptrend. We're looking really good. However, and this is the really important bit, what you notice here is a higher high on the RSI, higher high on the RSI, but here, this is a lower high. So let me mark this one up with a different, let's do this as an arrow. Ooh. This fella here is bad. And this is what we call a divergence. And it's a divergence between the price action and your momentum indicator. And RSI is a great momentum indicator. So what this is telling me is the momentum is running out. Price is climbing and the momentum is running out. So my continuation trade is probably invalid. And at this stage, I made a critical call and I got out. And I got out at a tiny, tiny loss. Let's look. My loss yesterday was, so my first one, tried to break even, but the funding fee killed me. Didn't realize that. That's annoying. And this one, I got out at 15 cents. So my risk was $8, and I got out for a 15-cent loss. And I was happy, actually. Could have waited, would have made a bit of profit. It is what it is. But I realized that the RSI was turning against me. There was a divergence. I could see the momentum running out even in the price action. So I decided that I would reverse my position. So instead of going for the long, I now decided to go for a short. I put my stop loss a little bit above the previous high to give a bit of wiggle room. And also, if you look to the left, up a little line, horizontal, horizontal. Thank you. You'll see around about here is roughly where the price is topping out the previous high. And also what I like to do is you zoom out and you can see there's quite a few tops forming this huge order block here. Price is trying to break through it, trying to break through it, trying to break through it again, and we're getting rejected. Now let's ignore what it's doing right now because that's today. This is yesterday. I'm just talking about yesterday. And so I put my stop loss just above the previous high, but in line with the resistance, and I waited for it to crash. And I entered for my 1 to 2 risk to reward. And what happened was that's about 1 hour, 2 hours, about 2.5 hours after I entered the trade, it shot through the floor and hit my profit. Since then, it's bounced back up, which is great, which is probably a continuation of that uptrend. But what's more interesting in this, and the point I'm trying to make is, in this case, I was watching my trade play out, and I was worried that it was running out of steam, and quite rightly so. I made a decision. I took my loss. It's 15 cents, arguably nothing, um, which, by the way, also includes the fees. And I decided to reverse it because of the RSI price going up, RSI going down. And in the end, I did very well. And this is arguably my second strategy. So I'm combining, in this case, both my continuation, up, 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 and my reversal strategy. And it's all down to the RSI, which is one of my favorite indicators for which way the market is going to go. So if you take anything away from this video, there's a little bit of contradiction. I've said in the past, set your trade, walk away, forget about it. But I was a bit worried because in this case, we'd only just broken through the 200 EMA. I was hoping for it to go a lot higher. There's also this massive resistance here, which is a problem. And I would have had more confidence if we'd broken through there that the trade is going to continue and I could just leave it and walk away. Excuse me. But I watched it, and I took a decision that because of the RSI, it was actually the reversal strategy that was playing out. And in the end, I made a decent profit. So if you minus the fees from my $16, you'll see here we did pretty well. Went through, hit our take profit, and right now we are shooting up. And what's interesting about this is on the 15-minute, we actually have an opportunity that if I was awake at this time, which is 5:45, okay, if I was in front of the charts maybe, I could have entered a trade here, and you'll see that it's continuing. What's interesting with this one, and I really like, is you've got the beautiful bounce off the 50. You've got a break straight, blasted through the support, which is fantastic. You've really got to feel that this is going to carry on going up. So this is Atom. It is currently, where are we now? We're the 14th of March. I'll let you guys look at this because I can't see the future, but by the time you're watching this video, you may be able to see what's going on. My guess is that this is strong because the RSI is 77, got bounce off the 50. This is looking really good to continue. And that's it. So hopefully you found this useful. Let me know what you think and ask me any questions in the comments. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.